Well, lovely. Dami, an absolute pleasure to speak to you once again, lovely, as always. But first of all, how are you guys doing all the way in Australia?
We're doing okay. Yeah, I'm in Queensland, so in our state, every state's doing differently, but we've had a quite a normal time, like less lockdowns than all the other places. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's still the same for me because I can't perform or do much and do my tour, which is sad.
Mm.
But yeah, all things considered, we're okay.
That's good. That's good. Fingers crossed, won't be in this situation for much longer. You can get out there on the road, do what you do best, and put smiles on everybody's faces. That's what we're
Oh,
hoping for. Well, we've got to talk about Pray, your brand new single. It's such an outstanding track. It gets to the heart, but it supports as well. What does that mean, having that song out into the world, lovely?
yeah. I I wrote the song in the middle of this year where everything was just going really downhill for everyone, and I felt so much anxiety around, everybody around me were just feeling real scared about, things, the uncertainty. And so, yeah, I wanted to write something that was a bit more hopeful and helpful for people and also myself. And I think, I don't always like to get super like motivational or anything like that in my songs all the time because I don't like being told to be happy or anything or told to pray. But then it's like, I was like, well, for me, when I feel hopeless and scared, that's, just really being still and connecting with my faith and praying. That's what actually gives me any sense of hope in this kind of pandemic situation where nobody knows if we're going to be okay or not.
Mm.
So
No.
yeah.
It's important. It is important. And I think, Pray for me, I see it as such a survival anthem. We look at what we've been through, it's a really punchy track. And in those moments, which we all have, which, we can be low, normal life, pandemic life, whatever, we can have those low moments. But to have a track, like Pray, it really just kind of gets you through. And especially that middle eight when you're going for it, it's just epic and it does lift people up. So do you think, it is important for people out there, to have music, like Pray now more than ever?
Well, I say so because I put it out there. But yeah, I think for me, I I like listening to music or reading somebody's poetry or looking at someone's art, and it you know when I can resonate with it, it helps me feel better about whatever I'm going through and feel less alone. So maybe hopefully somebody listens to my song, and if they feel less alone, I think that's a really oh
Definitely. I mean, me, the Dami Army, everyone. I played it to my mum. And my mum comes round. I'm like, Dami's got a new track out. I'm like, sit, listen. It's
That's so
amazing.
cute.
I know, but because it's not just music. It is kind of a crutch there for people to get through things. It's more than just a song. It's more than just a single and it's out. You promote it, it's done. It's not. It's
Yeah.
with me for life. Many people out there. Your songs aren't just songs, they're songs for life. How does it feel to have, a new album coming out, Dami?
Yeah, it's really surreal because yeah, it's my first album in 3 years, and it's been a while, and I've really worked towards this moment. And like I've had other albums out, but I feel like this one is the one that's the most authentically me, musically and personally as well. And it's taken me this long to figure out um, a way to carry through my voice and my creative vision on its entirety in a whole album. You know, I guess previously I always wanted to do that, but there are a lot of things like, you know, the label had a big say and they wanted me to do covers, and, you know, or when I did get to do my own songwrite, like written songs, like Heartbeats, you know, like I suppose I was less mature. So at the time I loved it, but it was like, I wouldn't say it was like, this was the first one where I've written every single track, written and co-written with the people that I chose to work with and I love working with. And so I feel, yeah, like it's like my first one where it feels really like really fresh to me, like my first ever album that's truly me, if that makes sense.
Totally, it really does. And I think, you know, even, you know, Dami Army know this album is super special and the energy with it feels different as well. I don't know, I know you're putting it out there, it's your album, but I just think it just feels different. It just feels like we're getting you know, in an album. And I think,
Yeah.
you know, the title as well, you know, My Reality. So would you say, you know, this album is a glimpse of Dami's reality?
Yeah, I would say, you know, my reality, for me, it means like the facts of my life, but then also it might not be factual because it's my reality. Like, you know, when somebody experiences their life a certain way and you don't necessarily, it's not the same experience as what everybody else is having, if that makes sense. So it's like, it's actual reality, but then it's not, it's like my reality. So it could be a little bit warped and a bit weird. But it's just how I perceive things and my thoughts and my experiences. And yeah, I think it's like a bit of, I don't know, I hope people go, oh wow, like some of the songs are, oh, that's very Dami, and then other songs they'd be like, oh, that doesn't sound like her. But then it's like, it's just the part of me that people probably didn't know, or the, you know, that I've evolved to become, that seem a bit more unusual and different to what they're used to. So I hope there's a mix of, you know, different sides of my music coming through.
So excited. I cannot wait. I mean, next Friday, I will be there. UK is a little bit different time, you know, but
Yeah.
can't wait. You know, I think we'll get it maybe probably midnight, maybe before or after sometime, but I'll wait. I will be.
Yeah, and your time zone, I think.
Yeah, seriously. Other people, like when they're always like tweeting about it, and I'm like, I can't listen yet.
No.
I know. I don't want any spoilers or anything like that. It's like, wait,
Yeah.
and then I will be with it. You know, there is something really special about a first listen. I always think, you know, if it's a big album, you're waiting for it. It's like, you know, going on a date. I always think you've got to prepare for it properly because, you know, you always remember where you were, you know, I always do, you know, when you hear that track, you think, oh, that takes me back, you know, and I think with your music, you know, because it anchors into people so much emotionally, you know, I think it's just amazing to have it right, which I'm so looking forward to, Dami. I really, really am. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, I hope that you have a good first date.
We will. That's a good way to to think about it. Dami's my reality and me on a date. Lovely. So fun. So fun. So, you know, putting an album together, Dami, you know, in any time can be difficult, can take a long time, you know, but you've had to put this through, you know, during the world pandemic, you know. So what's the journey been like for you putting My Reality together?
Yeah, it was a bit different to normal times, I guess, because, you know, couldn't travel and all the lockdowns and stuff. And then, so I did a lot of writing on Zoom, which was, you know, at first was a bit, you know, hesitant about it. But then I realized it actually really works well because, you know, I don't have to travel to be able to write a song. You know, it's like freeing in a way. I get to work with people from all over the world and it's really efficient. And I also like sort of, sitting here in my studio and just kind of doing it in my own space really helps me feel a bit more kind of protected as well. So I don't, I don't have to be in a stranger's house or studio. And it's like there's a level of, newness there that like freaks me out sometimes. So yeah. And then like I had more time to finish it as well because my tour was being cancelled, and so there was just a lot more time to focus on the music.
Definitely were, and we're going to hear it very, very soon, which is exciting. So, your music, Dami, like I've said, many times, it gives me hope. It gives the Dami army massive hope as well. Would you say that's a big driving force for you, when putting music out there?
I don't often think about that too much, I have to say. Like, I think when I make music, I mean, I guess this album I did think about, how would people find hope in my music. I did think about it more than other times, but like normally I just write things for myself, and then I think that's when other people can resonate it with it more, like, because I'm not trying to be, I'm not making it to convince people or like preach to people. Like, I think that's a hard way to live. Or like, if somebody's like always trying to tell me stuff with their music, I'd be annoyed.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, it's like, you're not
Over
my
it.
teacher. But then it's like, if my favorite albums are the ones that are really true and honest to themselves, and they can just share what they're going through and their thoughts and their experiences, and those are the ones where I feel the most drawn to and I learn a lot from. So I like thinking about that, like if people are actually really enjoying and benefiting from my music, but I don't necessarily like create from that perspective, because I think there'd be too much like pressure, like what must I say to inspire her, or him. And I think I'm too immature for that, maybe.
I'd say free. I'd say you're free, Dami. You're too free
Yes,
for
I'm
that. You know what I mean?
free.
Which is lovely. You are free. You really are. Now, we've got to talk about Masterchef as well. We can get clips and see things on socials over here, in the UK. First of all, congratulations,
Thank you.
with that. What's it like being on a show like that?
Yeah, it was, it's been a really great experience and a different one, just cooking on Masterchef. Like, being on a show like that was really cool. And like, because I love watching it on TV, like when other contestants are on, and
Yeah.
it's really like being actually in that kitchen was so cool, and with the other great celebrities and people from different fields coming together to cook was like very, it's a funny concept if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm cooking next to famous actors and actresses and athletes and all that, and Tilly Ramsey, it was like very, it was weird, but it was fun, like such a great experience. I loved it.
I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. Have you got any tips for anyone? Like, I'm a terrible cook, so have you got any tips for anyone out there, that maybe, that you cook with, that's always a winner?
I mean, I Google just on YouTube all the time. Like, seriously, I don't know how people cooked before YouTube and the internet, because that's how I mean, like, even like more than my mum's recipe. Like, mum's a great cook, but it's like she doesn't necessarily like stand there and teach me. I'd just look at YouTube, like, and then I'd ask her questions like, oh, would you do it this way, or would you do it differently? But it's like, I like to just have the freedom to like watch lots of YouTube videos. Like, seriously, like I think everyone does that now anyway.
Yeah, they do. It's good to do. Well, I'm hoping there's going to be a Dami Im cookbook coming, Korean. It'll be amazing. I think that needs to come. That would be amazing.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Who
Maybe.
knows? Who knows? Hey, hey, who knows? I absolutely love that, Dami. But you're known for your touring, Dami. You really are. Unfortunately, last year before, it's been interrupted. Of course, we know. But do you think maybe 2022, 23, fingers crossed, you could do a proper tour and maybe even come to Europe and the UK?
Yeah, I would love to so much. And yeah, always, there were plans to do that and all those different steps to get there, but then none of that happened last year or this year and all of that. So yeah, I think you just have to go with the flow a little bit, especially during times like this. You go with the flow and try and pick, the capture the opportunities that might come your way. And who knows, like, yeah, I might be there next year.
Who knows? You'll see Chris, Dami, right in the middle, like, yeah.
I know, finally.
No, I want it like more than
awesome.
anything, seriously. Every year, like, we will get to see Dami live. We will get to see
know.
Dami live. It's good. The faith is still there, though, that's
Yes,
what it's
yes,
about. It doesn't
that's
matter.
right.
The faith is there. That is the main thing for everyone around the world that loves you, Dami. The faith is there. Now, there's been so many amazing moments, Dami, in your career, right back from the X Factor. Is there anything that stands out for you to be your proudest moment so far?
I think, I think straight after Eurovision, I mean, obviously Eurovision was a really great moment for me, but afterwards, I think that's when I grew the most as a person and in my career as well. And I became very sort of more aware of my choices and who I work with and, what I do in my life. So, I'm really proud of the way, like how far I've come since then, and to get to this moment. I think, that whole journey was quite, I think it's rough, but it was good. So, yeah.
No, I love it. I love it. We don't see the rough side, we just see you grow, which is really lovely to see, and to be part of it with you, which many of the Dami Army will agree, it's an absolute joy to see you grow and, and do different things as well. I think that's always great to see, do MasterChef, and there's this as well, Dami. I don't know if you remember it from last time, but that was my
I do remember your cactus. I was going to ask you. Oh,
but
my
is it
God.
lonely anymore?
Oh, wow. And they've got flowers on them too.
Yeah.
That's so cute. Oh my God, I'm so happy you did well.
I did well. It's always in the sun, so yeah, so it's really, really happy. So the main
Thought
thing,
it might be too cold over there.
yeah, I mean, but sometimes though, it's not. It's just gone colder this morning, so we've been really lucky with the weather. Like this year,
Wow.
it's been
Well,
warm.
you must do a good job with your green thumb or something.
We definitely try. Well, Dami, before I let you go, I've got to say, got to talk about Christmas. Love Christmas. It's not too far away. Have you got a Christmas wish for this year, Dami?
Oh, wow. I have not thought about any of that. Christmas wish. My Christmas wish would be that I get to do more performances. I really would like to sort of tour my album at some point. I think we're just a little bit hesitant and a bit exhausted from everything just being cancelled, but I think things are starting to look a bit better again. So yeah, hopefully it improves and we can be out there again with the music. See the Dami Army again.
Yes, amazing, Dami. That's what it's all about, is connecting as well, isn't it? That's the most important thing.
Yeah, I think so. I think we all miss human connection, more than just like two people that we hang out with. Like, it'd be nice to actually go and be a bit normal again.
It would, darling. It really, really would. Well, Dami, thank you, darling, so much for your time. Once again, always such a pleasure, to speak to you, to be with you. My reality, will be such a smash. It really, really will be. And congratulations on the single, on the album, and of course, Masterchef as well. Thank you so much, darling. Always appreciate the
Thank
time.
you, Chris. Thank you every time, and good luck with your cacti.
Thanks, Dami.
Hey.
Thank you, darling.